Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are tuning in from. I am so happy to be with you today. And we're going to be discussing specifically we are the enemies of the unknown. I tried asking the question before going live today to in the community actually online to different to different people on different platforms. And it was very interesting hearing their answers and hearing how each one of us, or what each one of us considers as an enemy. But there was something in common that we actually fear the unknown, and what we fear is an enemy. What we don't understand, we consider as an enemy because we fear they're going to hurt us. Think about the word enemy. What is an enemy? Let's define enemy. Enemy is someone who doesn't want our best, someone who someone or something that might hurt us, that might stop us from progressing, okay? Or literally someone who wants to conquer us, or something that wants to conquer us and win over us, right? That's the enemy. If we think about wars, who is the enemy? The enemy is the other who's trying to invade our country, the other country is trying to invade our country, or the other army that's trying to kill our army and kill our people. So that is the enemy. But in real life, in everyday life, not in real life, in everyday life, who is our enemy? Our enemy is actually what we don't know. Okay? Why is it? Because what we don't know, we cannot befriend. What we don't know, we cannot understand. What we don't know, we cannot solve, and we cannot improve, and we cannot change. I'll start with a very simple example that most of us can relate to. Sorry, this came back. idea is that we are the enemies. We become how people or things whether they like it or not, whether we agree or not, to these we not all of us are scientists, not all of us are environmentalists, not all of us are people curious about the environment. So I'll give you specific examples. Those who have for hobby to shoot birds, shoot down birds. Yeah, it's fun. I get my rifle, I shoot, and there it falls. But that bird is a pollinator. That bird, my he is succeeds and poops the seed, which will become new food. So I saw evolution. And there are some birds here in Lebanon that help trees that grow 1,400 years ago. No human has been able to plant to help it. Only that bird takes the seeds and go put it on the snow. And when the snow melts, the seed goes down with some water, goes deep, and then it's fertilized. It takes 300 years to grow that big. I was blown when I heard this information from a very enthusiastic environment. I will soon get him here to have some very, very informing, enlightening discussions that we can all learn from. So yeah, we are the enemies of the environment. Another example about the environment, when we litter, this garbage that's ended up in the streets and in the forest and in the sea is killing animals, is depriving them from clean habitats, is literally directly killing them like bags. It's polluting their habitat. So we are the enemies of the environment because we don't know what we're doing. We haven't learned about the environment and how to interact with it and how to protect it. Then we're doing biology to read about and learn about. Like myself, I'm a biology teacher for high school. And so I learned about many diseases and I know how to manage how they are managed and changes. It's not that they don't scare me because I don't know how I will react and cope with such a thing. At least I'm in the know and I know what to expect. If I see someone, for example, with Parkinson, if I see someone with Down syndrome, that's not a disease. That's genetically, it's not acquired or communicable disease. Okay, so it's a non-communicable disease. So I know about cancer. I know about Alzheimer. I know what to expect, about how people will suffer, will interact, will live, will survive. So it's less daunting, but still it does me pain because it will hurt me if I get it. It will stop my development if it's something very serious, and will stop me from seeing the loved ones if it's fatal. So yeah, and it becomes a worse enemy if I don't know about it because I don't know what to expect and I'm not ready and the effects will be much bigger. last example I want to talk about as the enemies of what we don't know is something every single person can relate, but in a different way. Their projects. Okay, what do you mean by that? Projects are enemies. What is Lara talking about? Let me clarify. If you're a student in school, like my daughter, you have projects about life cycles, about Stone Age, about music genre. If you don't get, so when you receive the project, if it's a topic that is not your favorite, you go like, oh my God, how am I going to do that? And you start worrying and fretting and stressing and feeling anxious because you don't know how you're worrying. How are you going to do it? How do you solve this? You start researching. You start learning. You break it into manageable steps to do it. Learn so that you can achieve the results. Okay. Another example. You are A-level student. Big exams coming up, or no, you did them. I mean, like talking about your life, how you're going to do it, and you start fretting so much. You're so worried. Why? Because you don't know what's going to come up in those exams. They are an unknown. They become your enemy because that unknown might affect your life. Is a turning point in your life. So it will hurt you. It will hurt you. But that hurt will hurt you. Fear can be diminished, can be managed, can be overcome. How? Planning, being organized, with time management. And so if you're well prepared, that enemy shrinks. Its effect shrinks. Its power shrinks. Because now you know what to expect. A question that might come on any of those topics that you studied so well and you are ready to answer. You still don't know what's going to come on the exam. There's still an unknown factor. But the unknown aspect of the exam has shrunken in size and in effect. Because there's only one thing that is unknown, the specific question they are going to ask or the specific concept they are going to drill you on. But the topic, you know it. Another example, you're at university, your thesis project. Wow, this is so daunting. You have the research, you have the development of the presentation, and if it's a master's, you have the actual lab research, if it's, for example, myself, okay, or developing the new idea, the new concept, if it's engineering, okay, it's daunting if you just look at it as it is. But if you start learning more about the topic of interest, huge task into manageable small steps. And every time you cross one, you achieve one, you resolve one, you celebrate that small achievement, this will fuel you with the energy necessary to go to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And then all of a sudden, wow, you have the product, you have the breakthrough, you have the answer, you have the discovery. But that discovery did not come overnight. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's with all these steps. The unknown is not beaten overnight. It's with all those steps that you followed. So yes, the unknown is the enemy and will be and will remain the enemy until that enemy stops being unknown. And you befriend it, you overcome it, or you manage it. And so those were my 4 examples. There are countless other examples, but it's just to show you the different types of enemies. Now, on a personal level, a person as me, as a personal, as a human being, not examples around the human being themselves, ourselves, we are our enemies, like overthinking. We are sometimes our enemies. If we haven't taken the time to understand ourselves, so sometimes we behave in a way, we react in a way, we handle situations in a way we don't recognize ourselves. Like, wow, why did I do that? Wow, why did I handle it this way? Wow, why did I interpret it this way? That's why it's very important to spend some time getting to know ourselves, sitting with ourselves, pondering upon things that happen, experiences that we just went through, lessons, challenges, everything. Because how we handle them tells us a lot about ourselves. And if you look at people around you, the same circumstance, they interact with it differently. Some will see a huge rock as a stumbling obstacle. Others will see, like, if I roll it, I might be able to block a passage I don't want anyone to go through. Others will think of it as resources. So if I break it into small pieces, then I can use that to make cement. It depends on how you interact with what you have in your hands. Then the result, the experience will differ. So how you will interact with it depends on who you are, depends on your experiences. So get the time to learn, to get to know yourself. The more you know yourself, the less what you go through becomes mounting. The less what you're experiencing becomes stressful. It is now manageable. It is now something known, and you know what will be next step, what will come after. What will come after this emotion that you felt? You know, I can handle it. You came in, you faced a new project. I know I will. I know that I will, if I, when, not if, when I start researching about it and learning about it, and when I break it down into small, manageable steps, and I can achieve each one, celebrating each one step by step, then I will get the result that is required of me. And now, my task, my project, my thesis, they're not anymore daunting. They are just projects I need to work on, to learn about, to experience, and to mold into a result that will help me get better at something or become a better person. So remember, we are the enemies of the unknown. If that unknown, or if the unknown nature of that thing is addressed, necessary learning is done, and the necessary upgrade and dismantling into steps and so on is done, so you can achieve the knowledge, achieve the progress, achieve the next step of it, then it's less of something that's threatening for you. So that enemy now becomes a small enemy, or becomes even your friend. Because when you learn about that unknown, you either use it or you just move it. If you move it, it hurts you, it becomes an obstacle. If you use it, it helps you become better, become a different person. So from now on, everything that's new, every project, in your mind, if you're overthinking something, that is a sign that there's missing information about it. Because what's overthinking? It's something you cannot stop thinking about because it's known to you, or there's an aspect to it you cannot resolve. It's a project that you are so stressed and anxious about how to manage it and how to solve it and how to achieve it. And all of this can be resolved, and you can befriend your enemy by learning more about it. Thank you for watching this replay or the rest of your life. It was a pleasure just to share all this with you. And if you like, this will help me more and more every day. Share more, be there for you more, help you you all the things that are stopping you from achieving and for becoming the better person with a higher potential. And I cannot wait to see you next time. And thank you for watching this I'm a life coach, I'm a brain coach, and I help you break through your mental, emotional, and learning limitations. I'll see you next time.